Some of James Turner's special color birds. We'll show you some of these. Just kind of give you a pan shot around. And he keeps all these birds in one loft. He calls it his gene pool, which I guess that's what it is. And he's going to get down here in just a minute. He's going to take some of these birds and show them to you individually. I thought this would be something y'all be interested in looking at. It's interesting to me. And he'll be coming right up.
This is what I like to call my gene pool. Now, it's just a pen that I keep my project birds, and it's got all the genes that I'm working with. And some of these birds are you know, they're rollers, and some of them with these can actually perform. But this is basically a gene pool, and as he's panned around a little bit ago, I noticed you noticed a lot of stencils. And what I've done here, I've tried to make the very best stencils that I could breed. And because you lose a lot and it's hard to get back. But this bird, he is stencil, stencil, stencil. And he's a long way from being a roller, but he's got all the genes, and he's one of my paths to get there. This is one of my favorite ones, and it's made me be really hard to see, but these wings are almost gold, and the lacing in them, it's got the gold neck and the darker head and the real nice tail. That's a nice one. This is a brown stencil. Now this bird has stencil everywhere you can have stencil. It's got the wings, it's got the real nice tail, it's even got body, it's got the even under the neck, but that's a brown stencil, and she's a real nice one. And I know you look around, there's a lot of them. There's no point picking up each individual bird, because I'd like to talk about some more. Now the mosaics, they're one of my favorites. And I'll catch this little hen first. But these mosaics, in the mid-90s, I got a recessive red mosaic, and she had a black wing. And she was out of performing. She was performing stock. I actually flew the bird, and she could perform very well. But I done everything I could to produce some more mosaics. Well, they say you can't reproduce them, and that was the case. But over the years, I've bred out of her, I've saved her youngsters, and I've kept going back and forth. And now I have got probably 15, maybe more mosaics here, and they all go back to her. But now this bird in particular, it's a hen, and she's recessive red. She's got blue check here, she's got blue check here, she's got yellow on her head, she's got the blue here, she's got yellow underneath. I mean, she is just colors everywhere, and this bird is out of performing stock. But I have her, and this is an interesting little bird here. It's actually a pencil in effect, but it's got a yellow head. On its back, it's got recessive red. It's got the looks like the check here would be check, and even down here it looks like it's probably silver, which would be a dilute check. And this bird, the real interesting thing, I don't know if it'll ever show up on the camera, but you have the birds with the heads and the little white beard underneath. Well, she has a little beard, but it's actually recessive red. She's got a recessive red spot right behind her eye. So that's just a multitude of colors on the same bird. They're all packed in there. And this bird, it's a recessive yellow, and you look at it, it's got a black side, and its tail, it's got a blue tail with yellow feathers in it, which is kind of unusual. But there's one other one I'd like to show you, and it's a recessive red. And it's unfortunate, but all of them are molting, but you can see, but this bird has got almost a black chain like around his neck. He's got, I call it my patriotic pigeon, and the thing that is just really unusual, he's got a red, white, and blue tail. So that's a patriotic pigeon. But now there's other mosaics, and when we go to the other pen, I got two more real striking mosaics I'd like to show you. But while we're here, we'll talk about the ice pigeons again. And I have several ice pigeons in here. And let me catch one over here. Now, these I'm trying to, but it's getting a pretty good color. And you see the fact that it's got yellow eyes, and the ice pigeons has got the black eyes. But I've got the ice color, and it's starting to work good. There's a few sitting around, and I'm even got the ice, and what I'm doing with them is putting the frill stencil in them. Ice is basically toy, but I've got a couple of youngsters that I think are real pretty. And this bird, now it shows the toy, you can see it, but it carries the frill. So what I want to do is, in addition to these white wing bars, I want a white tail bar, and in these feathers, and you can see it starting to show, I want the frill stencil wings. Now this bird's the thing that I like, it's got to look like a rose crescent under its neck, and I hope I can maintain that and lighten the color a little bit. But the ice pigeons is fun to work with. It's another difficult deal. And this is a super nice one I like. If you'll notice on this wing, it's actually yellow check. And then down in the flights, it's recessive red and white. This wing is simply recessive red with a little modeling in it. But if you'll notice, the bird's head is recessive red, but it's got the yellow markings all in it. But that's an unusual bird. He's really striking when you see him. I don't know how he'll look on the camera, but that's a striking bird. Okay, this particular bird, just in the hand, you're looking at a black white flight bird. You turn it around, you're looking at a blue bar white flight bird. Now this is one, it's a split gene. It's not like the others, but it's a mosaic. It's really the classical mosaic. And if you notice, right down the middle, even tail, underneath, it's blue bar on one side, black on the other. Now this bird is one that I don't breed from, and you may can tell in the video here, but the black feathers, they're not that bad, but it's a poor feather quality. And because it is, I don't breed it, because this is a performing bird out of performing birds. And I'm afraid that there's some recessive gene, and I'll breed it and it'll get spread out through the loft, and I just don't want that. So rather than take a chance, I just look at it, and I don't want to put that gene in my family of birds. Well, I hope you enjoyed looking at the bird. This is something we enjoyed. I enjoy showing them to people, and to me, they're kind of strange, and they're real fun to look at, and they're fun to breed. So I hope it's been informative, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Hi, this is Jerry Gagne, Foy's Pigeon Supplies, oldest pigeon supply company in the United States. When Danny Joe approached us about being a part of this great project, we were really excited. If you're looking for pigeon supplies, if you're looking for pigeons, I hope you'll give us a call. Foy's Pigeon Supplies, we're on the internet, just type in Foy's. Or if you'd like to call us, it's 1-877-355-7727. Ask about our 204-page all-color catalog. We'd be glad to send it to you.
Color Pigeon Lofts, featuring 28 breeds of fancy pigeons, high-performance Turner rollers. We have birds available at all times. Capuchins, Saxon monks, Saxon priests, Swiss crescents, ice pigeon, saints, frillbacks, archangels, starling, figuritas, old German owls, Chinese owls, satinets, swallows, Saxon shields, and much, much more. For breed availability, visit www.colorpigeons.com. For purchasing, pricing, and shipping info, call toll-free 1-800-527-0918.
Muir Nagel, better known as Dr. Pigeon by his friends, is known by his one-eye cold treatment. It's called One Drop, One Time. It only takes one drop, it only takes one time. Every breeder needs at least one bottle of One Drop, One Time to keep in their loft for those nasty eye colds. They're available at Foy's Pet Supply, New England Pigeon Supply, and Pro Flight Supply. And remember, the next time you buy pigeon supplies, be sure to include one bottle of One Drop, One Time. Okay, I want to talk to you about something I found out this year in my rollers. I've had rollers about all my life and flown them and had fair success. Since I met James Turner and I got some of his birds, my performing rollers has really become one of my favorites, because I get to fly them every day or every other day. But something I learned this year during the flying season I want to share with you. I found out something. I thought about it, and I said, well, it might work. And the idea was to not turn my rollers out until sunset. Well, sunset is about 30 minutes before dark. Don't have to be exactly at sunset, but it'd be 30 minutes before dark. You want the birds to fly about 20 minutes. So what I started doing is turn them out at sunset. You know, I always feed them after they fly. They go out, they fly, they do their thing, they do their rolling, they come back and they go back in the cage. But let me tell you what I found out. I have not had a hawk attack in 2011, even up till now. And the only reason it could be is because of the time of day I'm doing it. And I kind of got the idea from the fact I used to do a lot of crow hunting years ago. And something I found out about crows is they would go to roost about an hour before sunset. For whatever reason, I don't know. But you could follow them to the roost. You could watch them flying. They'd all be going to the roost. So that's where I got the idea. And evidently hawks are the same way. I guess if they didn't get anything to eat by that time of day, they were in trouble. So anyway, I want you to try it this year and see if it'll help you. But I started out with 13 birds. One of them disappeared right after I started flying. One of them I pulled out of the kit because he wouldn't roll. The rest of them did their job. They came in. They did everything like they were supposed to do. And I had no problems. They never got spooked off by a hawk, which is really worse than a hawk getting them. It's just something that happened. Now, if it was a coincidence, it was a strange coincidence because we had them all the time chasing our yard birds, as we call them. We got some birds that free fly, and they catch one now and then. But anyway, I want you to think about that, and maybe you'll want to give that a try this season because it's worked for me, and it should work for you. Be interesting to find out, so give me some feedback on that. Okay, before closing, I want to talk to you about this little thing right here, this bean can. You got to have a green bean can to train your rollers. Not really, it could be any kind of can. This is what I use to measure my feed. I start out with about a tablespoon per bird, and then I work it up and down based on what they eat. I don't want to give them a whole lot of food. I feed them once a day. I feed them mainly wheat. Sometimes I have some wheat and Milo. Basically, a roller is just like a model airplane. It'll fly until it runs out of gas. That is another advantage of flying in the late in the afternoon, too. If they want to fly a long time, they don't. They come in early because it's dark. Anyway, get you a feed can. I feed mine, right now I got 11, they get about a half a can a time. Another thing, they like this noise right here, and they'll respond to it. So I hope you enjoyed today's show. We certainly enjoyed doing it for you, and let you share some of this pigeon information because it's a great hobby and we all love it. We're just crazy. We're pigeon crazy, I guess is the word. But anyway, I'm Danny Joe Humphrey. Until next month, I'm going to see you. I'm going to be at the Pigeon Loft. Thanks for watching Color Pigeons and More, the Pigeon TV show that covers all aspects of the pigeon hobby. Today's show has been brought to you by Foy's Pet Supplies, since 1887, America's oldest bird supply company. Dr. Pigeon Proven Pigeon Products, 18 to choose from. Color Pigeon Lofts, featuring 27 show breeds and high performance rollers. Be sure to tune in for our next episode. Be looking for us right here on the web.